Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Cars, a show where our upload schedule totally makes sense, right? And my hair still makes more sense than Dodge calling the Charger muscle car. So, first things first, this is not our normal set. I apologize. As I said in my video about, why Season 4 was so delayed, one of the reasons, even though it was a smaller one, was because the garage is basically a shit show right now. It's full of random crap I can't seem to get rid of, and much of the stuff in there would be obstructing where the tripod would normally go. So I've moved all the filming operations, probably for this entire season, down to my basement, which honestly has much nicer lighting now I think about it. I'm sorry I kind of lose the whole garage car aesthetic, but you know, it's what I gotta do to give you guys this season. And also, I finally kind of got the whole order of the episodes straightened out. Hopefully. So anyway, this time we're talking about car. It's kind of picking up where Season 3 kind of left off. Season 3 we talked about terrible cars. The two-parter list of horrible cars that just look disgusting and terrible. Now, in this list, I'm going to be talking about cars that we're supposed to think look terribly looking and just horrible to look at, but are actually quite nice to look at, or just good cars in general. Anyway, let's start out with what we all think of when we think of wedge-shaped cars. The AMC Gremlin. Okay, so now I already mentioned the AMC Gremlin on my list of ugly cars, but be prepared for some of those cars to make their way onto this list as well, because opinions change, you know? Also, remember, these are cars that the public say are terrible to look at, mostly from online ranking lists. Now, a lot of these are from the Edmunds top 100 ugliest car list. So, anyway, yeah, the AMC Gremlin. It may be ugly, but it has a lot of charm to it. It's wedge-shaped and dumb, but it's not as bad as the AMC Pacer. That's just terrible. I mean, the only thing that thing did was star in Wayne's World. Too. The dinosaur scene. Parody of Jurassic Park. Anyway, point being, yeah, no, this car, the AMC Gremlin, it has a rightfully named name, the Gremlin, even before the movie came out. Well, still, anyway, yeah, it's not a good-looking car, but it definitely has a charm that I can definitely appreciate. And yes, I'd like to own one of these in my driveway one day. You can get one for like $10,000 in good running conditions, so maybe. I mean, it's kind of funny. It's like a car that's so. It's kind of like a movie that's so good it's bad. This car is so bad looking, it has a charm, and it's funny. Anyway, let's move on. So the Edmunds car list, like at the 100 ugliest cars in the world list, had basically every single version of Thunderbird on there, every single generation. And now, while some of them definitely do deserve to be called some of the ugliest cars in the world, some of them don't. And this one definitely doesn't. You see, this is back in the 50s. Everything was about big wings and low bodies. Everything was amazingly well-rounded, too. And this car, yeah, it may be a bit mismatched, but that's what looks so cool. It looks very space age. I mean, it was at the time when space was really the next big thing, and the car started to reflect that. And even in '58, when that was kind of shifting to more towards bigger wings and smoother bodies and edgier bodies and smooth bodies mixed together, this car is still a really good looking car, and in like a light color. Like, don't get this in like a black. If so, it's disgusting. And don't get any car in brown, because no car looks good in brown. But this car actually does look quite nice. I'd like to own one. Now, actually prepare, a quick spoiler here, prepare for most of the cars on this list to be from the 50s and 60s, because apparently we people in the world hate 50s and 60s bodies because they're cool, and we hate anything cool. I don't know. Anyway, this car, this version of Thunderbird, is awesome. There are definitely some versions of Thunderbird that are absolute shit, but this one is really cool. How could you possibly put the 54 Bel Air on the list of bad-looking cars? Seriously. To set aside the fact that, for a second, that it's a very iconic car, it's just a good-looking car. Sure, it's big and round, but all the cars were big and round, very smooth bodies. And this one, it just became cool. And then we got the Chevrolet Bel Air Nomad, which yeah, okay, it was a bit dumpy looking, but still was pretty cool. But it all stemmed from this. The 54 Bel Air became an iconic car because it was stylish, and not in a very loud way. You can have one in like light blue and still look nice and sophisticated. Or you can have one in red and scream, yeah, I'm cool, but I also have a fair bit of money, so I'm not an idiot. Anyway, yeah. The 54 Bel Air is a great looking car. If this is on your list of ugly cars, I don't know how the hell it got there. And honestly, you need to get your vision checked, buddy. So, the 1977 Chrysler LeBaron is the only Chrysler LeBaron I could even look at without vomiting. And honestly, they got this one right. I didn't quite know what I liked about it the first time I looked at it, but then I didn't even look at the top because the top just looks like an old Oldsmobile Cutlass top. But the body kind of reminds me a lot of the original Mustang body, which is always a positive thing. And just the whole thing, it kind of looks. It would be a home in a field, being nicely taken care of, not rusting to death, or on a beach, or in LA traffic. It would be a home anywhere. And honestly, it came with factory AC. A very good factory AC, not like a dead mouse coughing on a fan. This is seriously some really good air conditioning. I've actually been in one as a Lyft before. And they're comfortable and nice to be in too. And I actually asked the Lyft driver, "Are these all original parts?" He said yes. Well, not maybe not all original, but they're all parts that were made for the 77 LeBaron specifically. And now that's quite a rare thing because they changed the parts in '78 and had different parts in '76. So this '77 version is specific to this year. Now the convertible I know they made is absolutely fucking. It's a fucking travesty. But the hardtop reminds me so much of the Mustang. I love this car, I really do. Now, the 1974 Brooklyn SV1, or not Brooklyn, Brooklyn, was a car I was not even aware existed until I went to the 100 Ugliest Cars list. Now, I think the reason I like this one is because it reminds me so much of a Pantera car. Now, Pantera was an Italian design thing. They made cars. They made things that were much cooler than Lamborghinis at the time, that's for sure. Come on, Jaramba, keep up. But seriously, no, this car is really cool. It's a bit boxy, but come on, it's from the 70s. Lots of things were. Lots of jagged edges. The 70s kind of moved from the sweeping designs of the 50s and 60s, the round curves, to the jagged edges, which is all thought the way of the future. Then we kind of ended up with the shit fest we got in the year 2000. Anyway, though, this car is awesome. Just don't get an orange, otherwise you end up with something that looks like a fucking carrot. I will not deny the 1958 Packard Hawk is a very weird looking car. The front screams old Aston Martin DB4, while the back it's like, "Hi, I'm a Chevrolet Bel Air here to ruin your day." No, both those cars were good. And then put them together and you get something that's American and very, very weird. But kind of like the AMC Pacer and AMC Gremlin have its own, it kind of has its own charm to it, really. And honestly, in gray, or dark teal, I guess, technically it's called, in this color coat, it's a really good looking car. I like it. Well, would I own one? Not for more than $4,000, no. But definitely, it's kind of got its own kind of like weird thing going on. I really like the vibe it gives off. It's kind of like, "Hi, I'm here. I don't really know what I'm doing here." It's kind of like that weird nerd that wanders into all the high school parties going, "I'm supposed to be here, right? No, I'm just gonna try to blend in." Anyway, this car is so funny. I absolutely love it. This car would be George Jetson's car if it was realistic. However, that's not saying it's weird. This car looks really, really cool. It's just smooth and kind of says, "Oh yeah, I'm from the 60s. Take it slow, enjoy everything." But also says, "I'm a Dodge Dart. I can whoop your ass in a race." This car is absolutely amazing. Another one I've not been able to drive in this, but I've actually been able to sit in one at a car show once. And it's just all leather in it. It's just an amazing car. And from the outside, it's sweeping and just a beautiful car to look at. I like, as I already said, 50s and 60s bodies. They look amazing. And honestly, looking at a lot of car companies now, especially Dodge, with the big bulky designs they have nowadays, you think, how'd they go so wrong when they had the perfect formula all along? And that was back from the 50s and 60s, and this Dodge Dart. This car is fantastic. Just love everything about it, really. No flaws in this car whatsoever. What the fuck? Seriously. So I've looked at a lot of lists for this video, and this car, the Lamborghini Veneno, 2014ish especially, even with the Roadster version coming out in 2014, has been on almost all of them as the #1 car. I know it's weird, but honestly, it's an amazing car. Even if you don't like it, you have to agree there are more modern Lamborghinis since the year 2000 that are more deserving of the shitty car award, such as the Lamborghini Egoista, the one-seater. That thing was fucking ridiculous and horrible looking. This car is absolutely amazing. Now, the Edmunds one said they only made 3, which is 3 too many. Well, actually, it was 5, and that's not enough. This car, I mean, yes, it's enough to make it really exclusive and definitely desirable and worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. But this car is really cool. How can you not like the Veneno, or Veneno, if you're from America? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm from America, and like the thing I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to cars, so there's a little bit of a difference there. Anyway, yeah, no, seriously, this car is really cool. It's not as fast as the Aventador, but honestly, sometimes it's not about how fast it is. This car is about making a statement, and if you see her on the road, one of the 5 in America, and the 6 is, I guess, in a museum, especially the Roadster version without the Spider version, no roof, you are the luckiest person on the face of the earth, let's just face it, come on. These cars are so rare, and they are so cool to look at. Now, same thing with the Bel Air. Setting aside how iconic and cool this is, right? You still get a car that's amazing to look at, and honestly, I think anyone would love to have. When I first saw this on like a list of ugly cars, I'm like, this must just be a printing error. I went to check out 5 other lists, it's all there. They're all there. I don't know who's writing these, but something is very wrong with you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this kind of little... It's kind of like an apology letter to the end of Season 3, but also serves as the first episode of Season 4. I've got a kick-ass lineup of episodes coming up. Now, I've actually got a lot of shit to do with school, lots of big projects coming up in school, so I don't quite know how much stuff I'll be uploading. This season might take, like Season 3 took just over a week to make. Most seasons take about 2 weeks. This season might take 3 weeks. However, I do have spring break coming up, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm back, and hell yeah, I'm enjoying it. Let's keep going. It's Let's Talk Cars Season 4.